Hello, hello, hello. Corey here. Coming in quickly. I'm doing this for live instead of doing this recorded, but it will be in the replay and that you can watch it anytime that you like. I don't know why that's happening again, but okay. So this is only a live where I will record each and every one of the monthly zodiac signs live and then for the replay, but they are for the month of August. This is kind of, I don't have time to do all of the individuals and put them up on YouTube, and they take a lot of time, so I am going to do these live and record just small quick messages for each of the zodiac signs, and so that you have them, so that you can still get them, but not in such a big message. So hello everyone who is joining in. Hi Destiny, Mary, Moles, hello. So these are these will be each one broke down into the elements. So if you only know of your astrological sign and you don't know that you're an element, that you belong into an element, is that there is 4 elements, and each element has 3 of the zodiac signs that sit in there. Now, each one ties into, when I'm picking up the energy and asking, I'm basing on sun sign, but if there's a message that resonates with you, and if you have never ever done your astrological birth chart, your natal chart, I suggest you go get your natal chart and see what your moon sign is, see what your ascending is, see what your ascendant is. There's so many different places where each planet lays in the houses, and having a little piece of every one of the signs could be somewhere within how much fire you have in your signs, how much earth you have, and what you're here to rise into, and what you kind of got too much of, right? So what you kind of have too much of certain aspects of self. So for me, I kind of act a little too much like Aquarius sometimes. And I am an Aries, and I am a Cancer moon. And so that's Aries is fire, moon is water. So there is that energy. So it does play out, and your natal chart will pretty much it will define you almost to a T, and you can deny yourself all you want, but it's like there's so much truth to it. So you're a Scorpio with Gemini, is it? There's a little thing over your comment. I'll wait till it scrolls up, but with Gemini, right? Hello, everyone. Okay, so I am going to start in the fire signs, and I'm going to work my way through. I was a little bit inspired today because I wasn't going to do these anymore. I was done doing these, and it just takes so much time to record them. When I'm recording them individually, some of them take me up to like a half hour each. I only get so many done a day, and I only have so much energy to stay out there, right? So you got to stay out there. I got to channel them through, because I'm not reading your astrological charts. I'm not reading your sign. I am channeling the energy of where the planets are in the alignment, where that energy sits. So, oh, you're a Libra with a double Capricorn. Oh, wow. So you have some air and earth, and lots of earth. Hey, interesting, Mary. All right, so we are in Leo season. So this is where I'm starting with fire sign. And we are in the midst now of the Lion's Gate. So we have strong pulls. And if you want to know more about this energy, where we are right now, there's a post on my Facebook page where I've channeled through some of the message, but the message itself is in the comments, or go to YouTube. It is the message I posted yesterday. So it's the most recent post besides this one that's going to be on YouTube. And so that one is there. But I was inspired today to do this based on Colette was doing her monthlies, and for 2 days in a row, I've been able to catch Colette live, and I rarely ever get time to catch Colette live, Colette Van Reed. And she was doing the monthlies, and I was the first sign up. I like me personally, but the Aries was the first sign up, and she was talking about rest, and that was the big thing that's been coming up for me everywhere in my Aries energy, is for me to, and in my own personal like energies, for me to, kind of decide what's worth my investment, what I got time to give. And so big, long monthlies right now, I don't have time for. So we're going to do it this way and just see how it goes. So thank you, Colette, for inspiring me today. And so let's see where it takes us. So we're starting in the fire signs. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They are fire signs. They are passion, their desire. They got that burning flame to kind of get going. Sometimes it's so good to have it is so lovely to have a fire sign within your, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of energy, like you don't have a lot of that push, sometimes it's very good to have someone like that on your team or by your side to kind of give the push sometimes. Aries, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they all have very different, very different energies about them, but there is a commonality amongst them as well. So, and they're all kind of a larger than life. They're all a larger than life sign, but some pull back a little bit more and some move forward. Aries is the me one. It's the first of the zodiac. And Sagittarius is everybody's friend. So there's definitely a difference. So let's start with the Leo, because we are in Leo season. So we're in the Lionsgate energy, which is the actual peak of it is on the 8th, and the energy continues until the 12th. So with that being said, we are in Leo season. So we're going to start with Leo. And so anyone who's a Leo sign, here's your message. So I'm asking for, what do you need to know the most? And what I'm getting with this is, I have two major arcana cards. So major life events, major life changes. I have the Fool and I have the High Priestess coming up for you. So with the Leo and remember, this may not resonate with you this month. If it doesn't, it's not for you. If somebody else's does and you got it somewhere in your chart and it connects, then grab it. If it feels right, then it could be yours. If it's not, and remember, this doesn't replace any psychological, medical advice, nothing. This is meant for, our entertainment, for us to be able to look at ourselves and kind of question our own selves and our behaviors and our own actions sometimes. And so the Fool card is what you got, and the High Priestess. And so the Fool came out first. Now both are in the upright. So with the Fool and with the High Priestess, what I'm getting, and because I use them in relation to energy, not in relation to the exact little write-outs of what cards are. I don't work that way. Is I ask for the message, and I ask for what's of the highest good. So for Leo, the highest good. The Fool for me feels like, it's like, don't be fooled. We're right here, right now, and we have this chaotic energy. We have this interference energy that is just kind of trying to get you to go back. Like, it's just trying to trick us. It's kind of messing with us. It has that energy of, you're getting very caught up in things, very much. There's old energy trying to come in. So it could be doubt. It can be insecurities. It could be somebody else's doubt, somebody else's insecurity. It could be remembering the past, remembering everybody from your past. But the Fool is up, floating on its log in the water. It is going forward. The lotus flower, it has awakened to a new truth. So the Fool for me really represents, even in my cards, it's like that rebirth card. But the Fool brings forth that knowing that I ain't no fool. So Leos, you're no fool. You know your truth. Do not deny yourself your truth. Become that awaken kind of that inner sense of guru wisdom within, to know that you don't have to go backwards. And both of these birds, these are the crow tarot, and both are looking in the same direction. And that's huge in this reading. So they're both looking in the same direction, and they're both looking towards this forward self. So if I were to flip them around, they're facing this direction to go forward. And they are in that movement of nothing's going to stop me now. That's like, nothing's going to stop me now. Nothing's going to stop me now. I'm not going to be fooled. I'm not going to be tricked. I'm not going to be stuck in that old energy. I'm going to really trust. So you have to keep telling yourself that. So this is all for Leo, what I'm reading right now. I'm reading through each one. With the High Priestess, I feel like she's like, what's really inspiring you, seeking out that wisdom, seeking out advice, calling in. So for me, I'm getting a High Priestess as calling in a second opinion, a view that really is one that is for your highest good, not someone who's got Debbie, not no Debbie doubters and downers, like not that kind of energy, but someone who can give you that wisdom, that advice. But you're also being told that sense of the guides. So I'm pulling in the guides and the angels for you, Leo. And I just feel like asking the guides and the angels for assistance and for help to get you forward, to get you moving forward. I just feel like for you, Leos, often sometimes you will think of everyone else before you think of yourself. It just feels like you want to go back into the den. You want to go back and just make sure you got everybody, make sure you're taking everything with you. And you can't, it doesn't work that way. You take what you love, but there's just some things that need to be left behind. And yeah, for Leo, I just got like, I feel like you're going to find, so for some of you, Leo, you're going to find out something. You're going to find out something that changes how you view somebody or how you view something. It's almost like there's like a secret coming out or something, and you're no fool. You're going to keep moving, going forward, and don't let the world stop you right now. Like, don't let the old world, don't let the old news stop you. You're moving, shifting energy. So that's your message for Leo. And of course, they're little messages. They're not big messages. If you want a big message from me, book a session. There is some appointments available right now. And so next fire sign that I will do will be Sagittarius. Nope. Aries. It is Aries. So I'm going with Aries next, they said. So Aries is next. And I got nope. I got a jumping up and down Aries energy that is calling us up and out here. And it feels like there's some sense of urgency in the Aries energy right now. Some sort of urgency to look at things, to get going, to get moving. But then there's also make sure of what you're doing before you get going, Aries. Don't mess this up. Don't get too excited. Don't get overzealous about anything. Don't feel like you have to get out there right now and just keep going. That things are working out for you. Things are working out. Really, Joanne? Your birthday was the same day as my grandfather's? Aw. Which is tomorrow. Yeah. That's funny. I was just talking about him. For days I've been talking about him. And of course it was Aunt Louisa's service on last week, and I couldn't be home, but my grandfather was here. So you have 2 nights, Aries. There is 2 nights coming in. So I just feel like it's like jumping in. I feel like you want to just kind of like there's somewhere you want to jump in, almost like maybe you want to be a knight in shining armor. You just think that you are here to save the world for everybody. Well, maybe you're here to save your world first. Maybe you're here to save you first. It's like it's like you can't if you can't feed you, if you can't feed you and you starve, then everyone else is going to starve around you, right? So it's like, don't forget to do these things first. So I have the Knight of Pentacles and I have the Knight of Cups. So I have some earth energy coming in and I have some water energy around you. So I do feel like you do have a water sign energy and an earth energy. And I feel like they may be trying to balance you. One may be even holding you back and saying, stop, pause, look. The other one may be saying, you know what, the world is yours. Are you going to go get it? Are you ready to go get it? The Knight of Cups, I just feel like, so I have a black and white. So I have black and white in these knights. And so there's a black and white horse. One's holding a pentacle, one's holding a cup. And I just feel like everything that you need and everything that's ready for you in your future is pretty much almost there. It's about you learning to trust, you learning to really get focused on what it is that is missing, the missing link that keeps something from spinning backwards. So we have a black and white, and I just feel like the answer is black and white. It is very clear. Destiny is very clear. There's just this defined destiny that is waiting for you, and it just feels like, you know what, it is here, it's waiting. Who are you going to be to get there? And I was just walking and I just passed a pile of little drawn fish on a path. And I'm like, oh, look, this is like the Peter story, Peter and Jesus and the fish. And I'm like going fishing, for just to get a few fish, what are you hoping for? Are you hoping to just be mediocre or just get by? Or are you having faith in that there is an abundance, there is more of? And I just got like, whoa, there's so much coming in. And so there's just, whoa, there's so much, and there's so much more. So don't limit yourself. Don't feel like you have to rush. Don't get caught up in what everyone else is doing. Look only in your reflection. Look only in the direction of where you know in your heart you're supposed to go, Aries, and trust that this month. Trust it. So anyone just joining in, I've only got 2 done so far. That is Leo and Aries. I'm working through. Sagittarius is next. So Sagittarius, Danielle, you're the Aries with the Taurus moon. Oh, and Pisces. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you got the mixture like I do. And your dad's. That's interesting. I didn't realize it was your dad's as well, Joanne. That's so cool. It is great. Okay, so this is going to be Sagittarius. And for Sagittarius, I just feel like you're not sandwiched in the middle. I don't know why I just got that, but it's like you're not sandwiched in the middle. You're not stuck. Things are not going your way. You're not forgotten. I feel as if for some of my Sagittarius, you are telling yourself a shadow story. There is some, the shadows of the past, the previous experiences of the past of being forgotten, left out, whatever it may be. There is a narrative that is just saying, do you want to take this beyond the gates? And so when we meet the Lion's Gate energy, we meet the past and we meet the future. And who shows up at the gate? It has to be the you of the now, right? So who am I right now? And so you got to be honest with yourself and really look in, because there is some change coming. And we do have the Ace of Wands, so we do have some of your fire sign here. And I just get, it's like you're not sandwiched anywhere. The authentic self is always been visible. Most people see it. It's just you can't see it. And that's what you're being told, Sagittarius, is most people see you. You don't see you. You're not, there's nothing that's stuck. There's nothing that's not there. There's nothing that, it's the fact that there is a continual narrative that sometimes plays out. And so with that, I got the Justice card when I'm like, where does that belong in this message? And how does that belong in this message? And I feel like you're always seeking to create that balance of worthiness, because you can't see that it was already created. It was already there. It's never not been there. And it's like, all things are balanced and fair. Nothing is unfair. And I don't know if when you're a kid, for my Sagittarius, if you say, that's not fair. Why am I not allowed? Or why am I left out? So there is some serious, there is some inner child healing that there is a light shining up on that is saying to you, it is time to shine a light up on that inner child of where you have that picture, that memory that goes back, and go back through, look at it, just explore it, timestamp it for what it is, the time it belonged, and look in at all other things that were happening, and that there really wasn't an unfairness. There was a personality trait. There was a sense of your identity that follows you all the way through of not wanting to do something, a bit of stubbornness that even if you wanted to do it, if you said no, you wouldn't try it. So there's just this sense of maybe it was of your own making. So a lot of that imbalance comes of your own making, in a refusal or denying yourself to do it, all the way back to childhood. And the deeper that you look and the further that you look back, you're going to see this. And we laugh at ourselves, because we know when we learn to laugh at ourselves, then we can start to learn to let it go. So it's a small detail, but it has become a mountain, and it has left you with always looking for justice, always looking to be seen, always looking to be valued, to be treated equal, the same. And it's like you almost want the whole world to be treated equal. I want everybody to be equal. I want everybody to be fair, because you told yourself I'm a left out story for so long, but you were never left out. And as you're standing here at the Ace of Wands and you see some feathers floating in, there is all kinds of signs and synchronicity moments that have told you a different story. But for some reason, this one little story keeps creeping its way in, and it's time for it to be done. But the Ace of Wands is saying, you are already in the beginning. The endings, we can be in endings and beginnings all at the same time. And so Don't be stomping your feet about who you think you need to be. You already are. You already are. And you already have what you need. And you're not stuck anywhere. You're not in between. You're not succeeding. You're very much succeeding. You're very much doing well. You just got to see the areas where you're succeeding and stop looking out at what you think you should be or what you think you should have, and look in at that success and use that success to be that jet fuel to move you forward. So that's my fire signs. And fire is very, this is a burning desire. So maybe a burning desire to get moving, and maybe you're not meant. Maybe it's pulling us back because there's something that we still need to visit. We need to be sure of before we go through, because who is the now we are bringing through that gate, right? What of the past we're trying to take with us? It's like trying to sneak the liquids onto the plane. Same thing, right? It's if it's not meant to go, it's not meant to go. You can't, right? It's like, and so there's it might be dumb rules, it might be stupid things, but it is what it is. And then the future self is saying, because I don't want your previous shit. I don't want that again. I don't want to do that again. I'm done with that. I'm done being that kind of person. I'm done with that story. Leave it behind the doors. Take your shoes off. Wipe your shoes. Leave your shoes behind. Don't just wipe them in the mat. Leave the old shoes. Walking in new shoes. Walking in new energy for my fire signs. Okay. Nope, you did not miss your Aquarius. So now we're going to go to water signs. And we have Pisces. So we're going to start with Pisces. I am surrounded by Pisces. Almost everyone in my life, no, my daughter, my son-in-law, my partner, my mother, all Pisces. All Pisces. Now remember, you are so much more than your sun sign. Your sun sign is just when you were born, right? But there's your identity and how you behave, how you react, how you respond is all in the outline of your natal chart. So getting that natal chart is very important. Right? Sneaking looks right. Is it good? That was what they just told me. I'm like, give me an example. And that's the one they gave me, Lisa. Okay. So Pisces. And of course, if you want to know more about this energy, my yesterday's video, and there is an add-on writing that's on the Facebook page where you can see that, and then go down to the comments, because in the comments is where the link for the video is if you're on Facebook. And if you're already on YouTube, it is the video before this one. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't think people realize that this subscriptions matter to us. That in order to grow this page, in order for this to be feasible, is that it is important to not just to watch the videos, but to subscribe and hit the notification buttons as well, so you can get the updates, or else this page can't grow. We don't make money. We don't make money from doing these things, right? So it is important to do that. And Facebook has changed a lot of its ways. It's, how we get seen. So please share out these videos. Please make sure that you are following the page and liking the page, because it is all changed up. So Pisces. I feel like for my Pisces, there is a lot of change that is happening around you. I feel like you're in a fire season, and almost like you're trying to put out the fires, and maybe the fire is not meant to be put out, Pisces. Maybe it needs to burn away some of the things that you have planted and dug into and trying to hold on to. And it's like the fire has a purpose, and not to put out the fire that's around you. Water and fire, right? And water and fire can be friends, or it cannot. Like there is such an energy. But I do have the sense of I have the 7 of Cups here. So I do have a water cup coming in here. And with the 7 of Cups, what I get is that you're at that pivotal peak. You're at that peak where you're wondering, have I done enough? Is there enough? Will there be enough? You're questioning everything. It's almost like some of you are even like selling everything off and deciding you're going to live this simpler life, because you're sometimes getting caught up in the fear story of what the narrative of what the world is trying to sell. Just because the world is trying to sell us something doesn't mean we have to buy it. It doesn't mean we have to buy into it. And it's like, you don't have to buy into anything that doesn't feel right. don't respond from the emotions. Don't let the emotions lead the way. So as you're at this place right here, everything that you need is ultimately here. Everything is in place. And I keep getting drawn to the snake, and I keep getting drawn to the heart. And I'm like, sometimes this snake energy really ties in. Snakes are not a bad thing, right? Snakes are tied around the medical sign. Like there's so much that can be that lead us to a good place by knowing that we have a little bit of everything within us. But I have a heart story around around my Pisces and Sagittarius. So there is a fire sign coming in for some of my, there's a fire sign coming in for some of my Pisces. So I don't know if some of you have either a love story, a romantic story, an old previous hurt, or you're holding on to an old twin, like an old twin flame story. Like, oh, they were the love of my life and I've moved on, but I can't let that person go. I'm just going to say it as it is. Fucking let go. Because that narrative is the story that you have created. And they may be long gone 20, 30 years ago, whatever the hell, maybe it could be 5 years ago, could be just a couple years ago, but they're in your past for a reason. And the past is no longer alive. What's keeping the story and the narrative alive is sometimes you. And so what you're keeping alive is the image, the creation of a relationship or the story or the person that allows you to hold on to that fantasy or that expectation or even a hurt story. And you're just being told, it affects the heart. I do have some heart issues, like heart issues coming up around some of the Pisces. So you may have somebody on the other side who was a Pisces, who was in your life, who passed of like maybe a heart attack or had heart issues or something. And I just keep getting drawn back to the heart. Now, I do have the Six of Pentacles, and it is in reverse, and that brings us into the justice. That brings us back into balance and justice. And we have, we have the two fish that are down here eating the fish, like gutting the fish and eating it. That can be a gruesome story, or it can be one of survival. And so, what we have going on here is that if one has more than enough, that it's okay to share. But knowing that, how are we sharing? What are we sharing? So we're just being told that you do have more than enough, that you can share, you can share your love, share your heart, share those things, and that you are this generous person. Be grateful for where you've been, for what you've learned. But I also just get this. So this is not justice card. When I see it, I said, there's going to be justice in giving, right? In finding the balance of giving and receiving. And I just feel like it's like you're not deprived, you're not less than. I feel like there is more than enough. Don't get caught up in any old stories, and knowing that you can share. And I just feel like maybe some of you may have somebody from the past who plays the poor me story, or hard done by, and you're still trying to be enough for them. You're still trying to make up for. That even could be an immature parent who's maybe in your life. That may be just someone who just constantly, or a kid who's not your child, a grown adult who's a kid who keeps laying down the guilt story on you. And I just feel like the world has more than enough. There is more than enough, and you don't have to be caught up in that. But that balance of giving and receiving, am I in balance with giving and receiving? Is there enough? And so there is this sense of, feeding each other, helping out, being of service. Where am I capable of being of service, and where can I be of service? What's of my highest good? I do feel like for some of my Pisces, some of you are moving into a new position of a service position where you can where it could be like either volunteering, it could be taking on a job where you help others. But you don't take everything that you got and leave yourself with nothing. Remember that. And that includes your energy. That includes your energy. So if you got energy leaking out into past relationships, previous relationships, past experiences, all of that, it's time to clear that energy. Time to close off those openings and let them go. So, and then what's coming up next is my Cancers. So for those, massage therapy. Yay. Good, Beth. Massage therapy is huge. Like, so good. All right. And now I have Cancer. So my Cancers. I just got I laugh because one of my best friends is Cancer, but my moon sign is a Cancer. So, when your moon sign's a Cancer, it's that's how you emotionally respond to the world, right? And so that's the way we are when nobody's looking, right? So there's like a whole pile of emotions, but fire signs, Aries, I'm not really known for being the mushy emotional person. I'm caring, but not that soft emotional kind of person. But there's certain times that the emotions override. Cancers are very emotional. Cancer they wear their heart on their sleeves. They cannot hide what they're feeling. Get your head out the sand, is what I'm getting. Get your head out the sand. Stop living in fantasies of expectations or this dream fantasies of what you think you want. Kind of a little bit like the Pisces message as well, but also the fact that I also have set people free. Set people free. Whoever you are still holding a grudge against, whoever you're still angry with, whoever that is, let it go. It sinks you. It sinks you. And most of your story is based on one moment, one experience. It's not even true to today. And when you look back at it, you made it into a mountain out of a molehill, out of an anthill, right? It's like it was so small and you made it massive so that for whatever reason. And we're just being told, let it go. Let it go. Get your head out of the sand in this fantasy that you tell yourself in these dreams. And sorry, but that's a loving message because there is something beautiful and there's something that is waiting. If it's love, if you're single, I feel like there may be an opportunity in August for you to meet somebody. And the last thing they want to hear is about your freaking past. And the last thing they want to hear is how everyone else did you wrong, because they're going to run for the friggin' hills because they're going to be next. They will be next. They will be next on the list. They know it. It's like self-prophecy because you will find a reason to return to all of those same stories. So it's like, no, no. And so we do have that crab energy because that's your protection. And I feel like for a lot of you, you've been very much in protection. You got the same cards as Aries got, but yours is in reverse. I'm like, oh, what are you comparing yourself to? So you have some comparison. Are you comparing yourself to that of people who are other energies or have other, what are you comparing? And so lose the comparison. Comparison puts you into protection. Protection's not where you're meant to be. There is, you are your savior. There is no knight in shining armor per se. Even if you meet someone, they're not your knight in shining armor. They're not designed for that. That's not what they're coming for. They're coming to be equal partners and to be a part of your life that way. And so we do have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, the same thing, and they are in reverse. So I just feel like there is a lack of trusting and a more of protecting that I'm picking up. Now, I feel like don't shoot the messenger. Like I feel like these Knights of Pentacles are not coming in, or one is a possibility of something new coming in your life, and the other one is just saying, are you going to let your emotions interfere in what's next for you? So put your kind of get all the way around the emotional stories to get to the other side so that you can leave the old emotional stories behind as you do go through that Lion's Gate, so that you cannot be swallowed up by your shadow, that your shadow self is not, the shadow is not going to be the one that is in relationship, that you're moving into a relationship that is going to be healthy. And so if this is not a person and this is about you, then it's in relationship to yourself, that you're your own bully, you pick on yourself, whatever it may be. But we do have that there is this messenger's energy that's coming in. And I feel like this is the messengers from out the other side are also from spirit world are also trying to get in for you. But you got such a story built in your head that you'll even create their story. You'll speak for your messengers. You'll speak for your spirit guides. You'll speak for everyone else. It's like, stop telling the story of what you think people are thinking or what you think people are think or what you think is going to happen. Act like you know nothing. but you're going to be open to the possibility of all new. And that's where you are right now, Cancer. So we want you to be able to move forward. And I just keep hearing, give me one more card, give me one more card. No, you don't need another card. What you need, Cancer season, is for you to trust, to let go of that high expectation, of that sense of waiting for that crazy ass moment of euphoria, and just know that the saving grace is in you, getting in check with your emotions and getting in check with some truth of how powerful your emotions can be, and that your emotions can be powerful for the good, for the good, bad, and the ugly. So it's like, it's time to start moving and shifting into seeing the world beautiful, letting go of the old, and just moving forward. There's just a move forward. So there is a huge move forward. I do feel like there is a little heads up to, don't feel like you need to be, don't let the white knight um, syndrome get in, feeling like people need me and I need to be there to save people, and like trying to mold them, form them. It's almost like you meet some people and then you're trying to mold them into the right kind of people. You can't mold people into the right kind of people because you don't know what kind of people they're supposed to be. So you have to leave people to become who they're meant to be, not the ones that then mold into what fits into your life and into your world. Be aware of that. Be aware, because that could also be you. Maybe you're trying to mold yourself into something you're not, just because you live by a narrative, a story, an expectation, whatever it may be. So you're not what other people tell you are. You don't have to become that. You don't have to act it out. And you're not what you've told yourself sometimes. So you don't have to act it out. You don't have to bring it to life. All right, that's my water signs. Okay, on to the air. On to the air. So let's start with the Aquarius. Aquarius. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? And I just got this sense of enthusiasm come in around the Aquarius, and I'm just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Aquarius, you may have complained and grumbled and then got back up and then got inspired. You may have been riding the roller coaster of ups and downs like the wind all over the place, but you're about to go to the stars. You're about to go to the moon. You're about to do things that just like that are, I just feel like it's like and by that I mean really feeling larger than life within yourself, really grabbing onto that larger than life energy, and ride that wave of that. There is this, we do have the storm energy. You got the 3 cards. We do have that energy, but it's just like, you know what, I don't think that's really for you. Now, neither one of these cards came out in an air sign card. You do have water that kind of, I'm like, we do have the water, and I feel like that water works to your advantage, because what you're doing is you're working in August, you're working on the other side of the emotions. So if it's anger and frustration over here, if the energy out here in the universe is like it's angry and frustrated, nope, that's not where my Aquarius is. My Aquarius is over here already hanging off her star, and over here living in, bathing in the joy and the happiness, bathing in that energy. You very much know that you have hit a peak, a pivotal point where you have to really look in at, what am I investing into? What am I thinking? Where am I going? Power in words, which, I mean, Lisa Starr Francis, she's here. She knows all about the word. Words are your wand. And so we do have the 2 of Pentacles coming in, the round around, and we do have being almost like, so this is being that same thing, the giving and receiving of being a what I wrote this morning was, you don't need to beg, right? You don't need to beg the universe. You don't need to beg. You don't need to be begging God, the angels, for what you need. You just need to ask, because there's more than enough. And so what you do have coming in, and with this is, there's been a loop. So for the past few years, there's been a loop energy of going around in cycles, going around in cycles. But you got spit out of that loop probably in July. So you're not in the loop. You're not in where some of the energy is. Now, some Aquarius are. It depends on your chart. Depends on your chart. But I feel like some of you are working in this joy and happiness. So when everyone around you says, "Oh my God, I'm stressed out," and don't call other people like liars and tell them that's not right. That's not. No, it's just not where you are. And don't be apologetic that you're not there because you just spent like, I want to say you just spent like 3 years there. So you just spent 3 years on the other side of your, exploring, doing shadow work, looking at the ego self, really truly shaking your head at the world, all of these things. And now here you are, you're over here on this other side and looking over here. Leo was the first one I did, Stacy. You have to go back and watch the beginning. And happy birthday. And so over here is where your energy is. So if you're feeling it and you're trying to resist it, because you feel kind of guilty or apologetic that you're feeling that way, stop it. Don't be that way. Let yourself be the enthusiastic, excited, hopeful self that is trying to rise up like the sun, right? It's just trying to come up, but it's also like it's trying to take you with the wind. It's just like, let the wind take you, let life take you, let things go. Don't try to, but really, truly, don't get caught up in making too many plans, Aquarius. Don't make too many plans because things are going to change quickly, fast for you. There is just a lot of things that are just saying, don't make too many plans. Right? You don't feel that, but it's there. Maybe you're getting there. Maybe you're afraid to be there, right? Don't be afraid to be. Don't fear letting yourself go there. Don't look out at the freaking world, right? Don't look out at the world. And so there's just so much that's happening there. So yeah, it's going to spin. You're going to feel that spin. I don't know how it's coming in. So Gemini. So for my Geminis, I have a few of those in my life too. Like my little granddaughter, who is something else. The other thing to do is, you hear me talk a lot about your natal charts. The other thing is your human design, which Lisa has a free human design class, and you can get your free human design chart online. You can download your human design chart. But if you want to know about your human design chart, you can go into the academy, mteacademy.ca, and Lisa has a free intro into your human design. So my granddaughter is a projector. So she's a Gemini, she's a projector, she has a lot of fire in her sign. So, how we show up, and she's like me. She has a lot of wide open spaces. And so for Gemini, I feel like, there is space. There is finally space for you to be able to breathe again. And I don't know what some of you have been like kind of getting like dense, heavy energy, getting stuck down, but there is this room for you to be able to breathe again. And I feel like you have a little bit of a fear of moving forward because you're kind of waiting for the shoe to fall again. You're waiting for something to happen again. Is there going to be something else come in that's out of our control? Of course there is. Yes, there freaking is. But it can't own you, right? It can control our outside world, but it can't take the best of you. And I think there's something about that in this month's channel message as well. So I do have the Knight of Pentacles also for you in reverse. And so I feel like it's almost like you're holding back by investing yourself into the world or investing into the world. That's what I get. And I have the Chariot who's also in reverse. And that fear of, it's like charging forward, moving forward. Well, you've been a little bit hesitant. There's a little bit of doubt. Like my granddaughter is petrified of noises. She's a COVID baby. She was born during that time. And so she's petrified of noises. So she could be running down the yard and playing, and then a truck goes down the road and she goes, ah, and she stops and she freezes, and then she runs back. But she was so excited to get going. She was so excited to go somewhere. But that one experience just stopped. She freezes and she stops in her tracks and she runs back. And we've told her she's safe. We tell her she's safe. We tell her she got nothing to worry about. The truck is out on the road. In one way, it's good. She's always going to be aware of the traffic. But in the other way, it limits, it holds her back. But then when that noise is gone, she goes forward. Like then she moves forward again. But she's got to stop and process. So I feel like for Gemini, I feel like you're in that energy, processing, having to process things before you move forward, but it is safe for you to move forward. So whether it's a project, whether it's business, whether it is a relationship, whatever it is safe for you to start moving forward. You are being told by your guides and your angels. You may be hearing a whisper, you may be hearing it within you that's going, oh, can I do this? Can I not? You may be just hearing that sense of doubt, but the high priestess is saying that you have been, we've looked ahead for you, and it's safe for you to go. It is, things have aligned, and it's safe for you to go. It's okay for you to go. It's time for you to go. And so there is you have to go back, and watch again. And so it is safe for you to move forward. So wherever that sense of doubt or what's holding you back, or you stop listening to the news sometimes, and start moving forward. I feel like for some of you, there is some big opportunities. There's some big opportunities coming up. I'm picking up two things though around Gemini energy and to be aware of. And that is like hips and legs, like hips and legs. So whether it's a lower back, whether it's like tingling pains, whatever it may be, some of you may be having trouble with that. That does tie into the fear of moving forward, right? What is holding me back? What is that that's blocking me from moving into my dreams? And then I also have lungs. So I just feel like it's like that, not being able to catch a deep breath, breathing shallow. It's because you're not breathing all the way into you. You're breathing into the world, or you're getting caught up in other people's energy, but you're not breathing into yourself. It's really important to really catch that breath. So it's, for some people, it may have been lung issues. It could be, things that are within the lungs. This lung also holds grief. And of course, a lot of other things. But what we allow our thoughts based on our emotional experiences to then come into reality within our body, then manifests us into some sort of pain within our body. And I feel like for some of you, you have those pains, really explore it and look into what that pain means emotionally. And I feel like it's an emotional healing that needs to be resolved, have some, healing done on it. So reach out to myself, other distance healers or healers, and maybe book yourself a healing session and explore that a little bit further. But also, if it's medical, attend to it. Don't leave things untreated, right? You don't assume things are something is not. Yeah. Okay. And now we have Libra. So Libra, I feel like Libra, I'm running out of gas as I'm even trying to get to you. So Libra, I feel like you have kind of almost like you gave your all summer, and now you're like, oh, I don't know if I have what it takes. Sometimes you don't have enough wind in your sails. And when you don't have enough wind in your sails, you still keep trying to keep going because you're nice like that. And so for my Libras are nice, but stubborn. So there is a really stubborn energy around you. And I just feel like sometimes people are just saying, stay back and rest. They're not inviting you. They're not saying you can't come. They're just saying, I think we can tell you're tired. We can tell you need rest. We hear what you're saying. And so we're just saying rest and stay back. Oh, you missed your Gemini. I just did it too. Just finished it, Tina. And so Libra, I just like stubborn and nice. Like I just got that blend coming in, and that's, it's like sometimes you're trying to be too nice and just keep going when you don't have the energy in your tank. I do have a wedding around some of my Libras. I'm picking up a celebration. So it could be a marriage of yourself. It could be like marrying into your soul self, getting to know yourself enough to know what you do have the energy for and what you don't. I do have, and then I also have some sort of like celebration coming up as well. So it's like this marriage could be coming together, but I also have endings. So I also have could be a celebration of life. It could be, I know my dad is a Libra, and we just had a celebration of life for his sister. So it could be a celebration of life. It could be other things that are playing out. Not all celebrations are about beginnings. They are celebrations of ending one cycle and, moving into another. So there is that energies coming up. Now, I do have the ending. I have this, but it's in swords. And so this is the air. So this ties to somehow some link within your life. So endings. So the ending card is not a desolate card. It's sometimes that there is a new beginning that's already begun, but you are still trying to be the same person you were previously, or that you're still so holding on to some past energy that you're not able to fully let yourself embrace this new beginning. You're not letting something end. What are you not letting end, Libra? What do you still keep trying to do? It may be retirement. It may be stepping back. It may be stepping away, whatever it may be. And then we have the death in reverse. So major arcana. That's when there is a major life event that is unfolding, or it's already unfolded. It's already happened. And it's like it's already happened, it's already been there, but you're still living as if you're waiting for this to happen, or you're still living in it. And that's where this ending is just saying, the new beginning has already begun. But sometimes, it's like you do need to rest and pause after any experience, even if it's a wedding, even if it's a celebration that's good, right? And even if it's something that's been no matter if it's something that's been hard or exhausting on you, or if it's been something that's been exciting, Libra, you're just being told that you only have so much gas in your tank. You're not, you don't always have to be the Energizer bunny. And many of you are being told, stop, rest, stop trying to be too nice and too kind and trying to give where you don't have it to give right now, because you do need to sit and reflect upon everything that has kind of been happening. So it could be the end of the old life and the beginning of the new that you're in, and just trusting that journey. So that's for my Libra. So now we have one last element to do, and that's going to be, this is the earth signs. So this is my practicals. So I'm going to start with Virgo. So Virgo, Virgo, I got a little grin going on, because for my Virgo, I feel as if I'm like, my granddaughter does this when she likes somebody. Like we're just at a friend's house, and the son, a grown man, sits down next to her, and he's very cute. And my granddaughter goes, and she's all shy. And she goes, and we're like, why are you talking to him? She goes, I'm shy. I'm shy. So at 2, she already knows how to flirt, and she knows that feeling of when she feels that sense of liking somebody or something. And so Virgo, what I'm getting around you is that sense that you're kind of meeting an energy, and it could be meeting a situation or an opportunity. It doesn't have to mean a person, of where you feel yourself go, can I do this? Can I do this? Is this for me? Do I have the qualifications? Do I have the credentials? Is this for me? Am I the right person? You know, Now's not the time to play shy or to be in the doubt, be second guessing yourself. And this could be work, and this could also be love, whatever it may be. It's not the time to play that shy. Mary, we are stubborn. Oh, Heather. Oh, interesting. You have the wedding and wedding and a funeral this Saturday. Interesting. There you go. Goosebumps. Yeah, I just got goosebumps with that too. Okay. And so it's just saying, it's that sense of, don't play shy, don't pull back, don't take the back seat and give the opportunity away. Don't let the opportunity slip away. This could be someone even from your past that you may have liked previously, and now you get the opportunity to work with them, or be with them, or be around them. Or that may be somebody else that's been inspired by you, and now you're kind of pushing away. Whatever that may be, what we're being told is to let it in. Let it in. So we do have a 10, and we have the 10 of fire coming in. So you may be a Virgo and an Aries kind of energy. You may be a Virgo and a Sagittarius. You may be a Virgo and Leo. It may be something of the fire signs that's also coming in, but it's like all of your passion, all of your desire, all that you've ever wanted, like all that you've dreamt of doing and being. The energy is saying that it is here now. So you have the 10 coming in, and it's lifting up, carrying away, taking all that is his. This is mine. I'm going to be this person. I'm going to live. So confidence, have that sense of whoever knocked the shit out of your confidence, or wherever you settled in something that really wasn't for you. And I'm going to say it like it is. If it's a freaking relationship that you just settled to have the wholesome life, but it never ever made you happy, and it's a real struggle for you, you have to dig deep and you have to really look in at your life. And I'm not saying you run away from the relationship. What I'm saying is you need to look at, if we're here to live, do you feel like you're living alive, full of joy and happiness? And and find out, and nobody can give that to you. That's within yourself. So where do we not have the courage to live as ourselves? And it's time to live as yourself. And so it's like the 10 here is, I'm done. I am now done. That was the more than existing. I'm done living this. I'm finding joy and happiness no matter the cost. And that's the story for Virgo right now. That's the story for Virgo, because you have the sun, man. You got the sun, and this sun is major. And you got the sunflowers, and the flowers rise to the sun. This is major transformation. You got the sacral and the solar plexus, the will, the power of the will. And do you have the willpower to say yes to you this month? And it is time for you to say yes to some of the things that you want, not to shy away, not to back away, not to get caught in the bullshit, and not to let the past own you. Yeah, that's it. That's what you got. Next one, Capricorn. So it's funny. I was just going to do Taurus, and I heard Capricorn say, I don't want to be last again. I don't want to be last again. So Capricorn don't want to be last again. I sometimes call my Capricorns my consumer report people. They are the ones that have to check everything, make sure everything is right. Everything has to be in place, very much grounded and rooted. And they're the people you want on your team if you want things to be done efficient and done well. But sometimes you need to let go of that being the sergeant or the warrior, or feeling like you got to travel down into the dark place to pick everyone up, that you need to be the savior. And you have to let that frigging go, because on the other side of the Capricorn is the beautiful love energy, is the beautiful light energy. And when you let go, you live that childlike energy. You live the essence of laughter and joy. But it's almost like sometimes you need to be kind of like pushed into that. But when you do, it's freeing. So for some of my Capricorn, you've been trying too hard to make things go as you think they should, holding on to crap that you need to let go of. And it may be big things that's costing you more than you really need in your life right now. And so there is like this sense of, what are you keep investing into? What's Sherry's laughing? What do you keep holding on to? And it's just like, some of this is like, get out of the consumer reports, get out of the practical, and sometimes fly by the seat of your frigging pants. And so this is time to fly by the seat of your pants. Get that, get that little moped out. Get that little windmill out. Get that sprinkler out. Get all of the things that are child, and let yourself run wild and free. Let yourself, I remember one time being at a come home year celebration in Buckins, or yeah, it was in summertime. And my nephew had this little battery operated police car or something. And myself and my best friend, one of my best friends, went out for a party. We went to a big arena dance. On the way home, we seen the car parked on the side of the road, this little car. Well, while I was not being so serious and letting my guard down, letting myself have fun, because I can be very serious, we decided we were going to drive this car from the top of the hill down to the road. And we got her boyfriend at the time, that's now her husband, to push us. So he's in the car behind, he's sober, we're drunk, and he's pushing us with the bumper of the car down over the hill and letting us go. And we rode the car all the way down to the stop sign. We were too drunk, we couldn't get it back up, so we left it by the stop sign. And the next morning, my nephew comes out and he says, Mom, why is my car down there? There's not very many people in Buckins, so it was fine all night. And he's like, why is my car all the way down? She said, that's your Aunt Corey. That's your Aunt Corey and Aunt Carolyn. And that was us, right? That was we, letting go in a moment. That's what we're being told for Capricorn. You need to let go and let yourself have freaking fun somewhere. You're just being way too freaking serious. It's like summer is going to be gone in another few weeks, I don't even want to say it, but August is soon going to be done. And what have you done for you? And what are you still waiting for? Is it going to be next summer? Is it going to be the summer after? What is it that you need to do? Or where is it that you've been so doing things by the books that you need to let the books go? Burn the freaking books. Let it go, Capricorn. Be free. Be free. Be free and just trust. And so we do have this. So I'm kind of laughing because the seven of wands come out. See, so here's the fire sign, here's the Aries trying to get you to be a little bit wild here, be on the wild side. And Aries and Capricorns are not always the most ideal match because, Aries is a strong personality and a force, but when they do gel, they gel well. And so here's this one up at the top. This is, so I'm going to say this is the Aries, and or this could even be the Capricorn, and this could be the Aries. But here we are trying to guide everyone else to come up. It's going to be fun. Come up here. We'll fly down. We don't need to climb the stairs. Like maybe we can just let go, let your wings out, let yourself fly, let yourself be free. And so you're at a pivotal turning point in life. You're at a point of, do I keep holding on to the old habits and the old ways, or do I start to live a new way? Do I live by the defined definition of what I've kept saying I am my whole life, or do I let that part of me that's bursting to come out? Do I let myself be free? Am I still hiding in the closet? Get out the freaking closet. Put the shadow in the closet. Let your true self out and let yourself be out. It fits you more than the Libra, right? And so then we have the Ace of Pentacles because the world is waiting for you. The world is yours. Your world is yours. Your world is yours to create, Capricorn. And it's like, no, I'm not leaving you to last. You're the second last, but last is, last doesn't mean that you've been forgotten. You forget about the best parts of you. You forget about those parts of you. And if it is the sense of, you have a narrative or story of even being in pain, it doesn't mean it's not true, but the pain doesn't have to own you. How can I find my way back into some sense of living on the other side of the pain? What can I do now? How can I be of service to myself in a more kind, caring, loving way that has joy within it? So that's your message. And so now we're moving into Taurus. And so for my Taurus, which is the last, Taurus is, that's my little granddaughter, my newest one. There is a sense of rooted. I get rooted in the Taurus. So this little Taurus, Lana, I needed that read. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad it helped. And so, yes, we have the Taurus energy. And what the Taurus energy is bringing in, card is flying out, is I feel like you're charging forward. It's like you've been rooted and grounded and very, practical for a period of time and doing things like, you may have been creating families. You may have been, putting your focus into doing all the things for the people around you. But now it is a focus into you. So we do have a transformation that's trying to happen, but you need to be the agent of change for the transformation. You have to make the choices. So you have to become the agent of change, not be so rooted and grounded into the practical side of life, and to say, okay, if I want to now, up level my life, if I want to live out some of my dreams, now is the time. Because there is that beautiful energy that is saying we do have the Eight of Wands here. And so we do have that move and shift, and we see these beautiful blossoming little flowers down here. We have sunflowers, and over here I see these are like poppies. That's what they look like to me, right? And so we have this beautiful thing that's just saying, there is a direction and a projection for you to go. There is a way for you to travel. And that you have to be the agent of change to get to that. So miracles, I feel as if miracles are unfolding somehow in your life and around your life that really can help you grow. And I'm just like, Don't pause for too long. Don't pause for too long. Don't pause for too long. Oh, it is your moon? Ah, interesting. And that's you, Camille? Yeah, it's like, don't pause too much. And see, you're in major changes, Camille. And so that brings in the Emperor, which is, Emperor is a major life change. And this represents Aries. And so sitting up on your throne, having that passion, that fire. Aries are go-getters, they're leaders. And so Taurus, you are being told that you have that within you, or you're being told to be inspired by people who do that, to know that you can, be guided by inspiration, not by desperation. Be guided by inspiration, not by desperation. Be inspired by people who are doing things for the right reasons, of not because I'm trying to compete with anyone, but because we just want to live, because we just know there's a life to live. And so you are moving forward, you are charging forward. There is a big change coming in. For Taurus, I feel like there is almost like, for some of you though, I feel like you've been trying to create a family, or create the perfect image based on what you don't want from your past, or it's like you're trying to reenact or recreate and redo your past, through the experiences you're in now. Pay attention to that. Pay attention, because the past experiences are not you. You're not your past. Even if you have children, you can't fix your past through your children. So there is an awareness of that that's coming in, and they're just saying it's circling it, and it's circling around. It's just saying, acknowledge that shadow work. That is definitely inner child work and shadow work, and it's circling around, just saying, don't let that be the why to your action forward. Your action forward has to be an inspiration to kind of take the lead in your life, to live your life for all the right reasons, for happiness and joy. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps in some way for you. I'm happy that I'm happy that I could do this in a way. I was trying to figure out how I'm going to do this and get it all out in a short period of time. Thanks to Colette for inspiring me this morning that, hey, why don't you just do it that way? And that just makes sense to do it this way, because then it's not taking 30 minutes for each one. If you want to book a session with me and explore all of this even deeper, then book a session. We can do that. I did just open up a couple spots for August that are available. I have my Lionsgate energy, which I am doing a live on Monday. Now, it was a process of recordings over the past couple weeks. You can still sign up and get in. There is one more recording to come out. You can go in and listen to the other recordings and then still be a part of the live. That is available. I still have the 60% off a whole bunch of the courses within the Academy. As I said, the Human Design with Lisa, and a few more things she also has happening there, but that Human Design works with your natal chart as well. And that's also in the school. And yeah, and then whatever else is happening. You want to listen to the whole monthly message of this, it is on YouTube, and there is a written message on the Facebook page where you can read that and then go down to the comments, and the link is in the comments. Or just, if you're on YouTube, go to the video before this one and you can check it out. My second book is available in downloadable copy. You can also purchase that, the softcover copy. Hopefully, I'm just waiting to hold the book. So when I hold the book, we will release the book on Amazon for you to buy. The reason why you can't buy my second book in like a copy yet is because I haven't held it first. I didn't get to hold my other book first. My friends did, which was great. But so this is the first book, More Than Existing. And that one is available on Amazon as well, and Balboa Press. And then the other book is in downloadable right now on Amazon. But the other copy you'll be able to get in the next few weeks. So this is a way for me to get all the signs in 1 hour, or just, 1 hour and 8 minutes. I vowed to myself I was going to do this in an hour. So not long over. I do have to go take care of my babies now, my grandkids. So thank you for being with me. And if you missed your sign, go back, watch it again. When I got time, I should have wrote down all the timestamps for these, but I didn't. So if anyone else feels so so inclined to write down all the timestamps, go ahead and put it in the comments because I forgot to do it. So yeah, much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening, and I will talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye-bye.